Welcome back to the game table with Amelia. That's me. Today on episode 2, we are actually talking about the top rated solo play board games. These are the top 5 that we have here at Atlantis. Sometimes we like to do that just to learn the games as well. All of these games can be played with more than one person. So the first one we're going to get into here is the one that fades into the background. This is Nemos War. It's from Victory Point Games, based off a novel called 20,000 Leagues Under the Seas. So this game can be played 1 to 4 players, 14 and up, 90 minutes. And what you're doing is you're taking on the role of Captain Nemo and his legendary ship, and you are on an exploration. You're exploring the deep seas, you're fighting bad guys, you're in a complete exploration, science learning type game. So if you like exploration, sciencey games, things like that, this game is really great for that. You do have like a board here, like a modular board here, that you have like dice you roll for movement and moving the ship and stuff like that. It's a really cool, interesting game. Looks really pretty. It's an adventure game. Price of Nemos War is $74.99. Really cool. After that, number 2 is we have One Deck Dungeon. One Deck Dungeon, I believe, is from Asmodee Games. So in One Deck Dungeon, this is 30 minutes, and it's 1 to 2 players, and it ages 14 and up as well. And in this game, essentially, you are a hero, and you are delving through a dungeon. So you're beating up monsters, collecting treasures, finding items, and as you equip and the farther you delve in, the dungeon will scale to you. So essentially, as you level up, your dungeon levels up, and the monsters get harder. So it's a really cool game that just scales. It's also really small. I mean, it's just this tiny little box, you know. Even has like a Golden Geek Award from 2016. I mean, it is still a fantastic top-rated solo player game. You can play with more people though. More decks you add together with this, because they do have expansions for these, the better. One Deck Dungeon's price is $25. Sweet, good price point. Next up we have is number 3, Fallout. So if you guys like the video game for Fallout, this is from Bethesda. Fantasy Flight got the ability to make it as well. So with the 2 of them combined, they made Fallout. And this is essentially you literally just playing Fallout. Because who doesn't want to go play Fallout, by the way? So, like, in this one, you actually are getting to play one of the characters. You're going to pick a, like, adventurer. And just like in Fallout, you actually have to go find special. And you, like, can become a bad guy, like a villain, or a good guy. And you go on quests. And as you guys go on quests, these, certain things will trigger. So, like, it might tell you to put out a, like, question marker. And those are, like, more quests that you have to go get. The game is completely driven by your movement, your combat, the quest, and the decisions you make. This is 1 to 4 players. It is 14 and up, and it's about 2 to 3 hours. So if you're a big fan of Fallout and you're a big fan of like adventure and questing games, definitely look into playing this game. And this is $59.95 Fallout. Next we have up is from Board and Dice. We have Escape Tales: The Awakening. Essentially, this is like a storytelling escape game. Instead of just like an escape room where you have like puzzles and stuff and you have a timer. In Escape Tales, it's actually a story that you are completing. So the puzzles aren't timed. You have a story that you're going through. The main guy in here that you're playing as is Sam, and his daughter is in a coma. She's perfectly healthy. She's in a coma. He's trying to figure it out. The doctors can't explain what's happening, and so like he's now trying to figure out how to help her come back. He gets introduced to a guy named Mark, who is another character in the story that his son was recently also went through the same thing, and he got his son out by having this book and completing this ritual called the Awakening. And so in this game, you're like setting up to go that ritual and go into the Awakening, which is essentially going into another dimension and trying to get her back to her body so that she can wake up from the coma. So really cool, engaging story. So Escape Tales Awakening is 180 to 136 minutes, 1 to 4 players, and it's 16 and up. The reason why it's up to 360 minutes is because there's actually like 3 different sections to this. So there's like 3 different parts. So you don't have to play all of them at once. You can play them separately. Definitely something to try if you're a big fan of escape rooms. Really, really fun, cool game to get a part of, and it's only $30. So it's Escape Tales: The Awakening. And then our fifth and final game is a big boy. This is The Darkest Night. This is from Long Pack Games or Victory Point Games again. So we have 2 games from Victory Point. It is 1 to 5 players, 2 to 3 hours, and ages 14 and up. So big boys. You're taking on the role of the hero. You are trying to complete objectives to essentially save the realm from the darkest night. So it's a completely cooperative strategy game. So you'll aid people, you'll battle. So it's like another adventure, like questing game essentially. And it's big boy. It does have like one mini. It's this big guy here, but he's like this little, like represented here on the map. And you have all like these cards for your adventures. This one is $139, so it's $139. I mean, it is heavy. It's huge, y'all. It might as well be as big as Gloomhaven over here, y'all. Like, it is big as Gloomhaven. These are the top 5 board games we have that are top rated on Board Game Geek for solo play games. They, like I said, they all can be played with more than one person, but definitely really cool. Until the next game table, I am Amelia, and I will be signing off. Bye, guys.